Tengo un talento muy grande que siempre utilizo en la
Welcome to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shana Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. If you miss any of today's show, make sure you catch us online at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. We do video record all the segments, so if you miss anything, catch it online, and on our website you can also find links to all of our show sponsors and people that we promote here on the air. You can call us if you've got a real estate question, something you're not sure about, you've got a question about, give us a call anywhere in the Houston area. You can call us 281-882-8088. We'll be happy to answer your real estate question right here on the air every Sunday between 6 and 7 p.m. All right, on this segment, I've got Lisa Martone here. She's the president of the CyFair Houston Chamber. Want to talk about CyFair. This is an area of town that we haven't talked about much in the past. We've talked about just about every other area of town, and we haven't talked about CyFair. And CyFair is a unique little area because not a whole lot of commercial stuff going on. It's more residential development. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So welcome to the show, Leslie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So CyFair is, what does CyFair stand for?
CyFair was kind of a shortened version of the Cypress Fairbanks Independent School District that came together over almost 75 years ago. The Cypress School District and the Fairbanks School District were consolidated and came together as the school district, and then the community's kind of grown up around that. And that's what our community is known for, is that school district. And so we consider ourselves the CyFair area.
So it's considered to be a really good school district. Is that right?
It is.
It's ranked well among schools in Texas.
Yes.
And it's the third largest. Is that right?
Third largest in the state behind Houston and Dallas. Yes.
So it's a big school district.
It's a very big. We have over 112,000 students.
That's a lot of kiddos.
We have 11 high schools.
Wow, that is a lot of kiddos. So a lot of you out there, you may have kids in the CyFair school district. So, with so many people living, how many people live in CyFair?
Almost 650,000.
That's a lot of people.
Yes.
And you were saying before the show that the commercial sector is so small compared to the residential. Tell me about that.
Really what draws people to the area is the schools. So it's the young families that are bringing their kids to the area to have them come to this school district to be a part of this school. And so we are getting some commercial growth out there, but by no stretch, we're not getting what we want. We obviously would love a 50-50 percentage, and we're about 75 to 25.
Because that's where your large tax base comes from, is commercial.
Absolutely.
So I would think that it's a nice draw for restaurants, shopping, strip malls with
lots of retail.
Yeah.
And especially with the Grand Parkway coming through, heading 290, that whole intersection is planned to be completely retail. It's right next.
So you're already seeing a lot of growth in retail in that area.
Well, the Houston Premium Outlets came out. They've been out there a number of years now, but people come from all over, out of the state even, to come to the outlet mall. It's constantly full, but just less than a mile away is the intersection of 99 and 290, and we've been told all types of commercial, not just commercial, but more, retail is coming out there. So it'll be a big intersection. They predict that will be the center of CyFair as far as the growth.
Now, all of these people there are a lot of people moving into the area. And so the school district continues to grow.
Absolutely.
And I understand they're looking for some funding right now for that.
They are. The Board of Trustees just passed that they would take a bond referendum to the voters May 10th. It's a pretty large bond. People are a little scared of the number. It's $1.2 billion, but it's definitely for safety and security, increased infrastructure and transportation, technology upgrade, and also protecting the assets. Some of the schools that are in CyFair are over 40 years old, and they haven't had any renovations. So it's time to redo some stuff on those schools and keep the community together.
And if you average that out among the population, it's not that much
You're
money.
looking at about $62 in increased taxes for a family that has an appraised value of a home of $200,000.
And okay, interesting. All right. So let's look at what makes up CyFair? What's the kind of the parameters of that area of town?
We are the same footprint of CyFair ISD. And I know I'm saying a lot about the school district. As you can see, it's a big deal about the school district. It's 186 square miles. And the best way I can explain what our community is almost like a patchwork quilt. Little communities that have formed together. And it looks like neighborhoods, but they truly are communities. Copperfield, Fairfield, new developments coming in such as Town Lake and Bridgeland. Bridgeland is owned by the Howard Hughes Corporation. That has the Woodlands as well. So big developments and big communities out there that, kind of make up CyFair. And then, of course, we have the City of Jersey Village as part of our area as well.
Okay.
So we do have a municipality within our area.
Okay. All right. So lots of growth because of the school district and lots of growth within the school district that's going to continue happening, and lots of retail business going on out there. Any other businesses that you see interested in the area and making that shift towards the area?
I think there will be some businesses in the future that look at mobility is obviously a problem. If anybody's ever heard of the traffic news, coming down 290 is always a problem. So I think that as people progress and they want to meet the needs of their employees, there possibly might be some people that move their locations out if they have a high concentration of employees there. But at this point, there's really not any projects in the works to be spoken of at this point. A lot of retail. I mean, I just can't reiterate that enough. A lot of retail. So
let's talk about the expansion that's going on as far as mobility goes. You've got 290 widening, and there's going to be some high occupancy lanes, some contraflow lanes that they'll have some lanes being able to go in town, obviously during peak hours in the morning, and then those lanes will turn around and reverse on the way back out. Okay. It'll be 7 lanes in and 7 lanes out total. Okay. And then you've got the Grand Parkway. Absolutely. That connects us to Katy. It is a great shot to Katy from CyFair. You can get down there in no time. And some people, actually residents of CyFair, have taken the Grand Parkway to 10 to make their way into town, which seems a little backwards, but they do it and they say it's worth it. And the Grand Parkway is such a huge project. I mean, even all the way, here in the Woodlands is a huge project. Just all the way around. It's gonna do so much for our traffic issues around the city. Absolutely. Any idea when all of that's going to be completed? Well, our section is complete. Okay. So not to say that we're not looking at 290 and beyond. Obviously, that's the next segment, F1 and F2. But as they're moving along, it's been moving pretty fast. So most of our CyFair residents, though, are impacted more so going the Katy route. Of course, as the other segments are open, coming Woodlands would open up a whole new opportunity. It sounds like a great suburb to live in for families. It is. And all the developments that you mentioned earlier have really nice amenities. They do. So they're good for families. Yes. Bridgeland is said to kind of be the sister community to the Woodlands. And everybody knows what the Woodlands is like. Town Lake is really nice. So a lot of really nice developments to move to if you're looking to move to the area, if you want to get out of the city. Absolutely. They all have the amenities that you're looking for in your neighborhood, but they're also scheduled to have more town centers. So you can do shopping, you can do dining, you can do your banking, all of that within those communities. So you don't have to necessarily leave. And a lot of their marketing is geared around those types of projects. What about medical facilities? We have lots of medical on CyFair. Okay. And we have more coming. So good. Yes. Okay. And you also have the Sam Houston Race Park as part of CyFair. We do. And it's fun for our residents to go out and enjoy the races, plus concerts, and Cirque du Soleil has come out and done some presentations out there. So it's a great amenity to our community. It's a nice draw. It is. Do you still see an influx of people using the facility? Because I know you can rent it out and use it for different events. Is it still pretty popular to use? It is. We have, of course, on the political side, always wanted to, they're looking for Texans to decide whether or not gambling is legal or not, and that's a whole nother show for another time, I'm sure. But it's something that would draw more people to them. Yeah. So it is drawing some people to them still. Fantastic. And if people want to learn more about CyFair, where should they go to learn more? Go to our chamber website, CyFairChamber.com. CyFairChamber.com. Fantastic. And I know you've got Lone Star College out there as well. We do, yes. That's great. All right. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shanna Register. We're going to have more for you. And if you miss any of it, you can always go to HoustonRealEstateRadio.com to watch the video and find links to all of our sponsors. We'll be right back. Yo solo